Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Love Island gossip with radiotimes.com. I'm Frances Taylor.
I'm Sarah Doran.
And we're going to be discussing all of the massive talking points from tonight's show, as well as looking a bit back at last night, including the fact that tonight we're going to get a shock dumping, which isn't actually that shock, but anyway, we'll come back to that later. First of all, we're going to talk about today the fact that Alexandra and Alex are over for good. Now, it looked like this was heading that way last night when we had the showdown between Alexandra and Alex. It really was uncomfortable television, but I have to say I was definitely Team Alexandra the whole way throughout that chat. I don't know what you thought.
I was Team Alexandra. Look, I mean, we'll make no secret of it. Anybody who's watched this live stream or this video will know that I have long been a champion of Alex. I even considered dumping my boyfriend, though not really, and likened him to Alex on several occasions. I take it all back. I really do. Thing is, I don't think Alex is necessarily a bad chap, you know? I'm sure he's a lovely guy. But lovely guys can do very stupid things.
They can.
And I think Alexandra was right. He's wasted his time, he's wasted her time. And yeah, I kind of shame on him because we knew when new Laura came in that Alex fancied her. She was more up his street than Alexandra, and he would fully have pursued that. And he kind of treated Alexandra like a second best.
He did, absolutely, he really did. And in tonight's episode, we are going to see Alex go over to Alexandra after their fallout last night and try to reconcile things and kind of just not quite give things another go, but smooth things over. And actually, she says that not only does she not want to talk to him, but that's it. She's talking to one of the other islanders where she says something along the lines of, there's no real coming back. So that's it. And she kind of gives him a bit of advice as well for sort of future relationships and with future girlfriends, which I have to say, this is 24 hours after they were in that Ferrari talking about meeting the families, meeting their friends, and generally talking about their future on the outside. It was all looking really positive in that car. And then the second they got back to the villa, all Alex could talk about was the car, and then everything kind of ended. It was really abrupt.
It was, to use the perfect pun, a U-turn. A complete U-turn. And you could even see it in Jack's face. I think when Alex came back and was like, I think I'm going to call him, Jack's a bit like, huh?
Again?
But
what?
mate, you've just been on the date. Maybe not now. Maybe don't do it now. And then later on when Danny told Jack, you know, oh, Alexandra wasn't even going to give Alex a chance. Jack suddenly they're like, oh God, this is much more complicated than I thought it would be, because of course he was in the middle last night quite a lot. But I think, yeah, we've seen this side of Alex kind of appear through every now and again.
Yeah, he started off as the kind of unlucky in love, this year's Camilla, and the whole nation was behind him. We all love Dr. Alex, go Dr. Alex. And actually, his behaviour, especially over the past few weeks, has taken a bit of, I don't know really, it's hard to put it into words, but the fact that all these girls have sort of come in, he's really pursued them, and then things have fizzled out, and it's happened again and again and again. And it's kind of left me thinking, I'm not surprised he's single. I'm really not surprised he's single, because if this is what he does on the outside, it's no shock as to why he's ended up on Love Island.
To toe my party line, in Dr. Alex's defence, and it's really hard to come up with one anymore.
It's getting harder by the day to defend Dr. Alex.
I don't think he was ever going to meet the kind of girl he was looking for on Love Island. And that's not saying anything about the girls that come into Love Island. It's just saying that they're just not his type. They're just not his type on paper. I mean, why would you go on Love Island if you're not really into public displays of affection?
Yeah,
you don't have to sleep with anybody. You really don't. But you can cuddle, you can be affectionate in different ways. And I just think it was the wrong place for him. I mean, if he was just looking for like an 8-week holiday, he's definitely played the right game. And I do kind of wish him the best, but you know, I think maybe, Alex, you should heed Alexandra's words.
Absolutely. I've got to say as well, though, a quick quote from tonight's episode. I kind of left me thinking, what planet is Alex on? This is nuts. He says, I felt like she was the perfect person for me, and I'm devastated that it's not worked out. I'm gutted. I'm back to square one. Well, whose fault was that, Alex? And also, I know what you're saying about, he hasn't met the right girl in there, but, you know, she seems so lovely, obviously absolutely stunning, seems really into him, and I know it's like, if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it, but what else could he want in a girl, honestly?
And I think it's even though, like you say, you know, she's so lovely, I mean, he didn't need to kind of have a confrontation with her about the break. Like, I mean, and for him saying he's gutted, he's devastated, it wasn't like in the moment he was letting her down gently or anything.
No.
You know, there's kind of been a lack of that kind of, almost I would say, bedside manner, you know, from the doctor.
For a doctor, yeah.
I mean, I'm sure maybe we're just not seeing it, you know, it's not being edited in, because obviously it makes better TV if they're not getting on. But I don't know, Alex, I think you might need just a little bit of a softer touch.
Definitely, and especially a couple of days before the final, it seems really mistimed and really strange. But they're not the only couple who are going to be having a few problems this evening, because up until now, Josh and Kaz have seemed the picture of happiness. Some people would say smug, but they have been really happy. And tonight they actually have a little clash. Now, we're not quite sure of the exact words that are exchanged. It's a bit fuzzy, this, but ITV have given us a bit of a preview as to what happens. And in their words, they say a comment by Josh about how girls present themselves receives a backlash from both Kaz and some of their fellow islanders. And then after that, Kaz ends up saying she feels a bit insecure. She's kind of feels a bit strange about wearing a t-shirt and boxer shorts to bed anymore. So we can kind of insinuate that Josh is sort of, I don't know, something about girls making an effort or something along those lines. Not surprisingly, it causes a backlash, probably in the villa, but also on the outside. I think Twitter are going to go for him.
I was going to say, this from the man who during the baby challenge acted like a 2-year-old.
Oh, it was awful. And not father material, I don't think, Josh.
And now, walks around. Oh, this annoys me. We don't know exactly what he's going to say.
No.
But
let's not prejudge.
This kind of thing really annoys me. Anybody who can tell you how you present yourself. We all have different looks. We all have different styles. I don't think you can sit there and preach.
He does.
I'm sorry.
He does end up really backtracking and saying to Kaz that she looks absolutely stunning as soon as she wakes up, and with or without makeup, she looks incredible, which we all know, obviously, anyway. But that's not going to go down very well tonight, as I say, in the villa, but also with viewers. However, the mood is lifted when they get a text, both Josh and Kaz and Wes and Megan, to say that they're going on their final glamorous dates, because we had the others last night, so these are the final ones this evening. Megan and Wes are on a speedboat. People who watched last year will remember Liv and Chris on the same yacht sort of thing. They're doing that. And Josh and Kaz, bit weird, they're having a nice meal with a piano and an aerial acrobat in the distance. Don't know why. Why not have some budget to use up that they didn't spend on Laura and Jack?
Is it Cara De La Hoya coming back in on her hoop? Wasn't she a circus
I think she
performer?
was, yeah.
And she was pictured because they got her and Nathan. Of course, they won series 2, I think it was. Got engaged in the villa, in the old villa.
Yes,
recently.
they did,
So maybe she's swinging in. She's probably not. I'm just going to clear that up.
Moonlighting,
Yeah.
no. But yeah, so I mean, this looks set to be really glamorous, really sort of nice fitting end, I think, to this series, where they all go on these final dates. But I do think it's funny that, Jack and Danny had the boat pushed out with their hot air balloon. Obviously, Megan and Wes get the boat pushed out as well. But Laura and Jack, I don't think we have to talk about this. I mean, obviously it was stunning, but where was the budget? Where was the budget for their date?
She's like, hey Laura,
non-existent.
Hey Laura, hey Paul, sit at the end of that walkway there.
Yeah.
I was wondering where that colonnade thing is though. It looked quite pretty.
Yeah, we want to go there on holiday next year. But
Tourism Mallorca, just going to hit you up. Francis and I need a plush date,
We're free anytime.
We can do brunch in any cliff top locations you'd like.
So obviously it's the final date this evening. It's all going very well. But then back in the villa, another shock text, more shock news. One final dumping is going to rock the villa. So there's 5 couples at the moment. 1 is going to leave this evening, remaining 4 for Monday's final. However, we're not getting the say on this. We're not getting a vote. No, it's out of our hands. It's going to be the Islanders who have to nominate by text the couple they want to see leave. Now, I genuinely don't know who goes tonight, but it's got to be Alex and Alexandra.
I would assume
Surely, because, although, Jack is really good mates with Alex and, that they all love Alex, fine. But if you're looking at strong couples, they've just broken up.
Yeah,
they can't make the final, surely.
I feel like, there are certain lengths to which a friendship couple can go. We've seen it in previous series. We've seen it in Love Island Australia this year as well. But there are also lengths to which, you've got the other couple seem to be pretty happy.
They do, and I kind of feel like Alex and Alexandra, there is happiness in the world for them, but they're not going to find it in the villa. There's no more people coming in now. That is it. So if you want to kind of set them free, I think it's probably going to be the best decision to dump them. They don't seem to be having a great time, unlike the others.
There is a fantastic campaign though at the moment for Alexandra to win Love Island on her own, launched on Twitter. And I saw somebody say that wouldn't it be great if the final episode, and this would not necessarily be great, and don't try this at home kids because it's dangerous, was Alexandra shoving Alex into the pool, whipping the mic off Caroline Flack and singing The Greatest Love of All.
I mean, if that is a campaign, it is one we all need to get behind,
Yeah.
absolutely. So yeah, it makes me laugh though that they're sort of billing this tonight as it's a really shock dumping, it's a shock twist. Well, I think this has already happened this series, hasn't it? And it happened this time last year. It's not that much of a shock, let's put it that way.
Aside from like a really strong couple being sent home, literally the other thing I think could shock me was if Jack and Danny were sent home.
That's true. Nothing else would shock me.
Maybe that could happen though.
It's interesting because Josh and Kaz, they seem really strong, probably the second strongest couple in the villa, and obviously they were in the bottom as well with the viewers. So it does show that anything can happen, and perhaps what you think might not be what happens. Very exciting. We'll have to wait until tonight to see all of that drama unfold, obviously at 9 o'clock on ITV2. We'll be back next week to talk all about the final on Monday. So until then, take care and don't forget to check out all the latest Love Island news on radiotimes.com. Goodbye.